10th anniversary game, huh? About time traveling? Yeah, I think I see where this is going. We know we get to explore Freddy's in the past, and even try to save 5 kids. I think it's safe to assume that these kids are the MCI kids. I mean, in the book, one of the missing kids is named Susie, and there are 5 of them we have to save. That's pretty textbook MCI. This could easily mean more MCI characterization, which would be awesome given that we don't really know anything about them except for Susie and Cassidy, and even then the information is incredibly small and limited. Being able to know more about them would be super cool. People across Reddit have pointed out how, for a game that supposedly takes place during the MCI, there's sure a lot of post-MCI artifacts. Posters showing Balloon Boy and Toy Bonnie are on the walls of the pizzeria. It could be argued that these were somehow characters that existed before the MCI, but that seems unlikely given how no other game has given the impression that Balloon Boy existed before the FNAF 2 location. And yeah, the literal Toy Bonnie exists in FNAF 4, but that could be more due to... You know what? Just... A poster of circus babies also exists, which I guess I can't really use as a talking point for the timeline, given how many people theorize Elizabeth died first, but even then, whether you believe she died first or later, it doesn't take place in the same time as the MCI, so the cheeky animatronic that we see is very clearly the FNAF 1 animatronic from the 90s, despite the Into the Pit ball pit taking people to the 80s. And there's also a trash heap by the mill filled with FNAF 6 relics, including the trash animatronics and Helpy. This part in particular could easily take place in the present day in game, rather than time travel to the past, given how recent FNAF 6 takes place. At the same time, though, why would that stuff be in the middle? Are all of these just Easter eggs instead of lore relevant? I mean, probably, but on the assumption that they aren't, where is all this stuff leading us? Why do we have so much stuff from all kinds of points across the FNAF timeline? The MCI from 1985, Toy Bonnie and Balloon Boy from 1987, Jake from the 1990s Circus Baby Helpy. When Oswald goes into the ball pit, he time travels. In the books, he can only go between present day and the 80s. The game is already proven to be way different from the book. For example, instead of the 6 dead children, there are 5. I don't see why Oswald couldn't time travel for multiple time periods. This would make sense given that Scott has said that new games are often used to clarify the previous ones. We also have confirmed mini-games, which has typically been used in the past as one of the best ways of showing the story of FNAF. The Into the Pit game is a great opportunity to help straighten out things in the FNAF timeline. I can easily see the regular gameplay taking place in a different location each night, with each exploring a different part of Fazbear history. The minigame being used to tell the story of each location in a more explicit way. Even the order of the nights could be significant. Nights could obviously go in game order or, more interestingly, timeline order. Sure, we know for sure some Fazbear locations came before or after each other, but to get a more proper timeline would be so nice, especially for the circus baby problem I mentioned earlier. I also do kind of have a hard time writing off background details like these as unimportant or mistakes when the creators of the game know every single part of the game is just going to be taken apart by theorizers. I'm not saying Easter eggs or mistakes can't exist, of course they do, but just dismissing what could be important information just because we assume it doesn't matter without being explicitly told it doesn't matter is dumb. Anyway, will they actually do something like that? Will the story of FNAF ever actually be clarified, even just a little? I don't know.